New construction homes in one of Overland Park's biggest and newest communities. In this video, we're going to show you not just one, but two completely different types of homes. The first is a massive two-story at over 4,200 square feet. And the second one is actually right behind us. It's a ranch reverse that comes in at an unthinkably low price for new homes in the Blue Valley School District in Overland Park. Before we get started with house number one.
My name's Jordan. You saw Nick in the intro. We help people buy and build homes in the Kansas City area. All of our contact info will be on the screen in the description below. You know, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. This is the Glenwood by Inspired Homes. This is the two-story floor plan. Features 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, 4,216 square feet. 1,032 of that is finished in the lower level. Just under a quarter-acre lot, priced at $872,684. And this is a model home. It's not for sale, but if you wanted to build it, you could pick your favorite lot and do just that.
And we're going to tell you about a spec home that is available across the street at an even lower, unthinkable price. All right, Jordan, come on in.
All right, let's get a little sneak peek here of this main floor.
Now, we will put the floor plan on the screen. You've got 3 finished levels, including the basement. We'll see that plan later on. A little bit about the builder. When it comes to price per square foot, it's really hard to beat Inspired. A ton of value in this house. Been around for 60 years. They build all over the Kansas City metro, and they happen to have one of the best warranties on the entire market for new homes in Kansas City. But more on that here in just a little bit. The entry, Jordan, we've got some 10-foot ceilings here.
I love 10-foot ceilings on the main floor. Really opens up the home, just gives you a lot more volume. I love 8-foot doors, and that's what we have. And this is a wide enough foyer to where you could do French doors if you wanted to.
That's right. You got the beautiful block trim, and then we love these windows up here. You've got the traditional mutton bars in the middle. Gives it a very, very nice look. But kind of like we talked about, price per square foot, very hard to beat. 4,200 plus square feet. We're close to 200 a square foot with this much space in the family room. It is very, very impressive. But stacked stone fireplace, you've got above the mantle vertical shiplap, and then gold light fixtures throughout. But Jordan, you know what I love about this family room?
Dude, it's huge.
It's huge.
I got it back all the way up here just to get it in the frame.
Now, when we first walked through this plan, I looked at the fireplace and I was thinking, well, it kind of feels like it's off center. Dead center with the kitchen island. You'll see that in a second. But the reason for it is it gives you this whole sitting area independently right up against the windows, which is really, really neat. Now, we brought up in the beginning of the video, Inspired has a spec home across the street, the Inglenook, priced at $625. It's around 2,400 square feet. Now, the reason the price comes in higher in this one is because you got the basement finish. It's a model, so it's got upgraded finishes inside. But the major one is this is a daylight lot. And what that means is basement sits partially above ground. So you get this beautiful composite deck, fortress rail, and they actually went ahead and did stairs down from the deck.
Yeah, and you don't see that all the time because it is an added cost. But no, it's very, very functional.
And the final thing about this is, given that the lower level is finished, you have true daylight down there. So it doesn't necessarily feel like, you know, an old dark basement because you have some windows above ground. But coming back inside, you've got a huge dining area. And Jordan, that's one of the things we see in a lot of plans where if the dining area is just a small nook, it doesn't give you the space for all this seating. And also, you got the furniture behind.
Yep, you do have that buffet table. You could definitely put a bigger table in there if you wanted to. I mean, this is for showing purposes, so they do put a little smaller table in, you know, to make it feel bigger.
That's right.
And I love this. I love what they did with the beams up here, Nick.
Looks really, really good. And if you keep backing up a little bit, you'll see that whole wall, all windows.
Oh, yeah, all the way up. Here we go.
Which looks beautiful. Now, we'll kind of swing around here, take a look at the kitchen. You've got, this is actually, I didn't realize it, this is functional. This is actually storage space if you can reach it, but you've got a stained kitchen island, a little bit darker. You've got the the posts at the end to carve out that seating area. And then you've got a beautiful slab on the top, nice quartz, which is upgraded. Part of this being a model. You've got some very nice finishes. Gold faucet here. And then, of course, you can see backsplash. You got this nice porcelain kind of subway tile there. Gas range, 5 burners. And you've got some very, very tall cabinets.
Yeah, this is a beautiful kitchen, Nick. I love the gold accents. You know, they're keeping that theme throughout the house. It's really nice.
That's
and
right.
I like how they did the two-tone here too with the island.
And the final thing about this kitchen, you've got a ton of space right here. So it doesn't feel crammed. Even if you had dishwasher all the way down, you got plenty of space to get through. But coming back behind the kitchen, this has been growing on both Jordan and I, tucking things behind the kitchen. You've got a nice butler's bar right here.
Yeah, really nice. Put your coffee machine, get ready to go in the morning. I like that tile, Nick. I like that glazing on there.
Tile looks great. I like the light fixtures up there as well.
Very classic.
And then you've got the full pantry straight ahead. What I love is they added a ton of outlets at appliance height. So coffee maker, stuff like that, it's already baked in. And then you've got all this square footage back here as well. So a lot of separation between your entry and your main living spaces. So boot bench, you got the darker enamel color, stained top, which is really nice. And it also goes up pretty high. Love the cabinet doors on here. Does increase the cost to do something like this versus cubbies. And then of course you've got the garage entry. And then Jordan, to your right, we've got nice coat closet with another bench in there.
Yeah, ton of storage in this entryway off the garage. And Nick, I couldn't quite tell. That's kind of a blue color on these.
That's right.
This mud bench, isn't it?
That's right. So coming around the corner, one of the popular requests we get when it comes to a two-story is having at least one guest suite on the main floor. That's exactly what you've got here. So full bathroom, tiled shower, you've got the tub there. Quartz countertops on that vanity. Then around the corner, there's actually a very big room. You can probably hear the echo on the microphone, but love the accent wall here, the kind of board and batten vertical trim look.
That's very cool. It's a very simple look, but it really looks nice.
And another thing that we should mention, it's not just the dining rooms in floor plans that can feel a little bit smaller. It's also, some of these plans that do have, a bedroom or office on the main floor can oftentimes feel very, very tight inside. This one is quite a bit bigger than we typically see. And then you've got a nice closet right back here.
Now it's time to head upstairs. And one thing that's a little unique about this floor plan is the staircase is in the back of the home. Normally we see that in the middle or at the front. But what I love, they did the high tread carpet here. It's a must-have in stairwells and hallways. And I know you love that accent wall, Nick. Is that right? Yeah,
love accent. The contrast there, darker enamel, and then you've got like a board and batten trim all the way up. Looks really classy. But you can see the carpet, nice, tough, durable, and then hardwood landing once we get to the top of the steps.
Yep.
Now, Jordan, I know the master is actually to our left here.
Yeah, we got to save that like we mentioned. It's got that resort style master bath, and it's awesome. So the engineered hardwoods, they match what was in the main level. So this will be bedroom number 1, and it's a really good sized room. It actually has a Hollywood bath with bedroom number 2. And this is not cramped in here at all, Nick. There's a ton of space. And this is a really good sized walk-in closet.
For a secondary bedroom, yeah, pretty solid. You've got enamel in the closet on the walls, a little bit higher quality paint.
And you even have a linen closet in here, and you don't see that very often.
Yeah, and a Hollywood bath, that's pretty impressive. So full-on linen closet.
And look how wide this vanity is.
It's huge.
And this closet's even bigger than the last one.
So Jordan, in total, we've got 3 beds up plus the master bedroom, right?
Correct. And then we have the flex room on the main.
This is huge.
And then we have another
bedroom downstairs in the lower level.
Bedroom in the lower level.
This is a huge room. Oh my goodness.
Very cool. you know, kids' room. I love how they have it staged. You have the desk over here so they can work on their homework at night. You've got the dresser and then the bed. This faces the front of the home. A lot of windows. Very cool.
Now we do have 8-foot ceilings up here. Master does have kind of a vaulted ceiling, a little bit of a box vault.
Yep, got another linen closet here in the hallway. This is for the upstairs furnace.
All right. Yeah, it's a big house. Typically, once you get closer to 4,000 square feet, you start to get into 2-unit territory on those.
So bedroom number 3 here in the upper level. This is kind of over that entryway that you see in the front of the home. And they have the little windows here above the bed. I think that's a perfect idea because it lets in all that light and you put the bed underneath it. You know, it's just really great thinking on the architecture.
And then this one has a private ensuite bath, so kind of oversized vanity there. And then you've got tile floor to ceiling with the tub, which is very important.
And a really good sized walk-in closet.
Yeah, all 3 of the walk-in closets up here, very, very big. Now for the master suite.
Now this master is really nice. They did the recessed lighting in here around that box vault, and then they did do the box vault in the ceiling. I love how they have the wall of windows. You have the picture window there in the middle with the single hungs on each side.
And now this bathroom is pretty incredible. I'm going to warn you now, this one does not have a tub, but we'll kind of explain what could be added. And that's true for about maybe 50 to 60% of the homes we see nowadays. You know, tub, no tub is becoming a little more popular.
Yep, some people want them, some people don't. It's really your preference. So you do have the his and her vanity here on each side. Each side has a tower, good size vanity as well. I love this tile wall here, a lot of texture, very cool. And then as you can see, huge shower.
Yeah, this is massive. You got a very long bench, you've got a transom window up top, and this is a complete walk-through shower. I love that they've got the niche in the middle, you've got 2 heads, and then you've got this herringbone pattern on the floors, which is very, very neat. Yeah. But they do have options for including a tub in here. One option could be a full-on wet room, and we'll put a clip of what that looks like on the screen right here. It's where you have the tub in there as well. And this is a very, very neat setup, especially at this price point. So we're going to turn around a little bit. You've got the water closet to your left, and then straight ahead, you've got the closet.
Yep, huge walk-in closet, tons of hanger space, built-in shelves for all your shoes, and then it wraps around to the laundry room where you have some nice built-in cabinets. I like this tile floor, Nick, with this hexagon pattern.
Yep, you gotta go bold. If you build places you can go bold, laundry rooms and the powder rooms.
Yeah. So what's nice about that laundry room, it does have 2 doorways, one from the master closet and then one from the hallway. That way you can service all these bedrooms up here.
Now before we go and take a look at the lower level, which is huge, and that's what gets us to that 4,200 plus square feet, a little bit about the community. Both of these homes were located in Southern Meadows in Overland Park's top-rated Blue Valley School District, over 1,200 plus home sites, which makes it one of the biggest new communities in the city. It's got deeper lots. They typically come in at a much lower price, which is why you see some of the prices for these 2 homes being so competitive, and amenities are scheduled for 2026. So if you're looking to be in a newer community, ride that wave of appreciation, this is one of the best spots that we've found. You're about 15 minutes away from Blue Hawk, Prairie Fire, 135th Street, everything that makes this area so desirable. So with that said, we will put the floor plan for the lower level on the screen here. You've got a rec room, a wet bar, and then a full guest suite down here as well. This is huge. You've got about 1,000 square feet down here alone. We've got to start with the wet bar because I think they did this very, very well. It's a huge perimeter up against the wall. You don't have the sink or faucet on the peninsula, which means you got even more seating for guests here floating shelves. You got that whole wall tiled, which looks really, really neat.
Yep, I like that tile, Nick. I like that glaze look, man.
I do too. And then you've got this kind of Oreo granite look, which is pretty neat.
I do like that countertop.
Goes really well with that dark enamel. And then this is your rec room. So ton of space. You've got, I think these are engineered hardwood floors, the same that were upstairs. So not the luxury vinyl plank that we typically see in bases. Probably costs a little bit more. And then you've got the foosball area, pool table, ping pong table, anything.
Air hockey.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's a huge space, man. Watching movies, watching the Chiefs game. You've got the wet bar. And then you also have another guest room down here.
That's right. So sitting area, you've got under the stairs storage, which I know a lot of you are interested in. And then we've got our guest suite. 2 casement windows. We talked about the pricing of this one. Being a daylight lot, this is one of the reasons why. You've got those windows above ground. Doesn't feel like a basement, and that's because you've got all the daylight coming in. So around the corner, you got a walk-in closet.
Yep. All of these walk-in closets have been awesome size, Nick. I mean, even in these, you know, secondary bedrooms.
And then a huge full bathroom right there.
Yeah. That's a similar counter to that one in the wet bar there. Yeah, very nice. And I like that tile on the floor. Got that hex darker look to it. And the black frame glass shower. Very nice.
Now, before we go and look at house number 2, Jordan, we left one thing out.
The warranty.
The warranty, that's right. So most builders in Kansas City, when it comes to new homes, they're gonna offer a 1-year warranty. What Inspire does is like icing on top of the cake. You get the 1-year warranty. And they also have what's called a 210 home buyer's warranty. So 2 years for mechanical, electrical, in addition to that 1 year, everything behind the walls. And then you've also got 10 years of a structural warranty, which is a huge value add because those costs can be exponential the older the house gets. So just one thing that makes Inspired quite a bit unique, in addition to the very competitive price per square foot. But any questions about buying or building a new home in the Kansas City suburbs, small differences between builders like that can have a huge impact on your bottom line. So feel free to give us a phone call, text message, email. We'd love to help whether you're buying or building a new home in Kansas City. Now with that said, let's check out house number 2.
This is the Riviera by SAB Homes. This is a reverse 1.5 story plan, which means the master is on the main level. Features 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 3,050 square feet, over 1/4 acre of a lot, backs to a tree line, and priced at $695,000. This is available for purchase. It is a spec home, and they also have another home we're going to tell you about later that is a spec. It's a 2-story home that you can buy right now.
Now the elevation, beautiful. You've got the shutters, you've got the stone with the mortar. And I love
all the stucco too, Nick.
That's right, the stucco looks great, but how about that archway? That's gonna come into play here in just a moment. Let's take a look inside. All right, Jordan, come on in.
All right, man. We'll give you guys another sneak peek, number 2 for the day.
Now, similar to house number 1, we'll put the floor plan on the screen, but this is not a model. House number 1 was, and we're showing you this because despite being a spec home, it has all of the upgrades that you could expect in a model, and that is one of the biggest strengths of SAB. They build all over the Kansas City metro area. They include a lot of things that would be upgrades with other builders, and they strike a pretty nice balance between being one of the biggest builders in Kansas City, also allow you to customize every last detail in the home, but more on that in a second. Starting with the entry, love the arched transom window up there. And you've got a beautiful box vault with shiplap, darker enamel color. And then you've also got a little bit of this block trim through the entryway. But Jordan, I know one of your biggest things is the width of the entry.
Yep. I love how wide this foyer is. It's definitely wide enough. You could do French doors if you wanted to. And one thing I want to point out, Nick, I mean, you mentioned the arch in the transom window, but it matches the architecture on the exterior of the home there, which is very, very cool.
Very neat. So as we come into the house a little bit more, you got a ton of volume right here with this staircase. It makes the entire main floor feel bigger, because you've got all of this space. But coming into the main floor, you've got a darker engineered hardwood floor, a little bit more variation, which is why you're seeing those lighter planks. But this is such a cozy plan. I mean, everywhere you look, the staging, the upgrades, the finishes, all looks great. You got a stone fireplace. The mortar, the stone matches what you saw on the exterior. They even included the built-in floating shelves to the side on the right. Jordan, look at that accent ceiling up there.
Yep, you got another box vault. They did the beams. I love the stain color. Just flows so well with the engineered hardwoods. And they got the recessed lighting up there too, Nick. And then the wall of windows.
Wall of windows. There is a deck on this one. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But this is a pretty big kitchen for the size of the house. You got the lighter stain. This is actually the pantry. We'll show it in a second. You've got the stacked microwave oven here. And one of the things that SAB includes as an upgrade at no additional cost is actually you've got downlighting. And Jordan, if you can get a picture, actually, if we come over here, you can get a clip of this. You've got outlet bars under the cabinets.
Oh, very cool. That way you don't have outlets sticking through your backsplash.
So that's one of their standard features. But the reason that matters is if you build a home or you make selections on a home and you spend the extra money for backsplash like this, if you have it laid like herringbone, it's going to cost a little bit more. The last thing that you want is outlets right on the front. So this keeps it nice and clean, hidden underneath. But if we back up a little bit, I love the darker enamel color of the island. You've got the hood to match it. And then coming into the pantry, we actually got automatic lights in there.
And that's a it's a very big pantry too.
That's right. So I thought this table was really neat. You can see the the gears on the
That is
chairs and
super
underneath.
cool. Something that, looks like something that came out of an old factory.
Really, really neat. But dining area right here, what I love about it is you've got access to the deck. Now, this being a reverse 1.5 story, master's on the main floor. And that's exactly what we've got access to right here. But once we get to the basement, we'll show you the huge rec room down there. Jordan, I think this is on a flat lot. Is that right?
Yep, flat lot, but the lower level does have a giant egress down there, so it lets in a lot of daylight.
Now, the reason I asked that is because house number one, you saw that deck, it had stairs down, you saw the daylight windows in the basement. That was a daylight lot. This is a flat lot, so seeing the composite deck here is an upgrade. It can certainly add to the cost, but it definitely adds the value of the home.
Yeah, normally this would just be concrete, right?
That's right, exactly. So you do have the steps down in the backyard. Again, this one is for sale. House number one's a model, but this one is a spec home. It's available for sale, and they have several others throughout the community, including this one, which comes in at $642,500, 2650 square feet. It's on lot 23. Community website is linked down below, but what makes it unique is a 2-story plan. So if you're not looking for master on the main here, definitely have that option, but it has a 4-car tandem garage. And the clip you're seeing from the model, it was staged as a home gym, but Jordan, got a ton of options, very competitive pricing. And again, a lot of these spec homes, they have a ton of included upgrades at no cost. So coming around the corner, we've got our laundry room and garage entry. If you remember that accent over the entry, we've got that shiplap, the darker enamel again, stained top. And then around the corner, we've got the laundry room.
That is a oversized laundry room as well. Plenty of space. You got hanger space and built-in cabinets. Really nice. And then you got a little closet here in the entry.
Now, something else that's included, it's important to note, is you've got the home security system. Everything's wired up. It's set up. Some builders just wire for it and don't set it up. SAB has clearly set it up here, which is really nice. But coming back to the entry, we've got our guest suite / office, linen closet right off the entry. And then Jordan, look at that pattern tile.
I like that tile, man. There's a lot going on, but it's cool.
Now this is bedroom number 1 / the office. It's got a good feel to it. You also have access to the bathroom right around the corner.
You've got casement windows in the front, which at this price point, Nick, that's pretty good because those windows are a lot more expensive than your normal single hung window.
And the reason for that is you've got a weather seal all around the windows. They're more energy efficient. And when you open them, you get that whole width, the whole height of the window, letting in airflow versus just single hung where you can slide it up. So around the corner, we've got a walk-in closet, which most guest rooms on the main level in these plans will not have a walk-in. So that's nice to see.
And like Nick said earlier, here's the door that gets you to this bathroom here on the main. And now we got to find him. We lost him.
That's right. We're coming right back around the corner. Now, before we get to the master, I've had a few clients build with SAB. I've got one building with them right now north of the river in Kansas City, Missouri. And the level of customization is incredible. I mean, they're doing like a copper kind of apron sink in their kitchen, which is really, really neat. But if you do build with them, or if you buy a home that's under construction, they've got a design center in the top floor of their office. You make all your selections in one spot, which is so convenient, and it makes it way easier to make all of the decisions versus going around to a ton of different vendors. But look at that ceiling accent, Jordan.
Yep, looks familiar, doesn't it? That's what
A
we
little
saw
bit.
in the entryway. This is a good sized room. So here's the doors, a little shot of that. That goes out to the deck.
And, whoa.
Running into stuff.
You got French doors coming into the bathroom. And they do a really great job of designing these. So freestanding tub, which is an upgrade with most builders. I believe their standard is a built-in tub. You've got the frosted window, vertical shiplap. And then what I find really neat is you got the herringbone tile, contrasting grout color. And then
what I like about that, Nick, it's bigger tile too. So you don't see it as much with the big tile.
You don't. So dual vanity, you've got a tower in the middle and a beautiful stain color. I've actually never really liked dark gray countertops, but I think it really goes well. This is the best I've seen a builder pull it off.
You know, it ties in. So this stain matches what was in the kitchen, and it ties in with the darker island that was in there.
It does. So you've got shower to your right. You've got a matte black accent on the door.
Oh, more herringbone too.
And then there's actually a bench around the corner.
Gold fixtures.
With a niche there as well.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a big shower, Nick.
It is pretty big. And then water closet to your left. And they carried, so most builders, the standard is going to be carpet in the closet. They actually carried the tile in here. So same deal, you got the herringbone. It's more expensive to lay it that way. A ton of storage. So you got these valet rods that pull all the way down and right back up.
Yeah, this is a big closet. Does it wrap around, Nick?
Right around here. So this is the end of the closet.
That's the end?
But you do have nice built-in storage shelving right there, which is really nice.
All right, now we're gonna head down to the lower level where there's a huge rec room. And Nick, check this pattern out in this stairwell. I love that pattern. It's high tread carpet, it's soft, it's durable, it's a must-have for stairwells. And when you get to the bottom, more high tread carpet. They did it in this entire area down here.
Yeah, the carpet can make a big impact on a home, and we almost always look for or recommend the high tread carpet. That's exactly what you see here.
And I like the pattern down here. It's simple. Now you do have the same slab that was in the kitchen, and then I think that this color is the same color that was in the
master bath, kitchen island,
and above
all the shiplap. But this is a huge
rec room
level. They've got it staged as a little bit of a yoga gym space, foosball table. Foosball tables, man, that's number 2 today.
Yep, second one. I like air hockey, but you know, to each their own. So this is that egress window I was talking about to get all that daylight down here. That's a huge concrete egress.
Now they didn't have to do that, right? So since this is not a bedroom, it wasn't necessary to put that in, but they did it so you get that natural light, and it definitely costs some money to do it. Adds a lot of value to the lower level.
It's a must-have in the lower level. So over here, Nick, let's hit this real quick before we go to the bedrooms. You do have a half bath for this lower level area.
And you've got 2 bedrooms down, so 4 bedrooms total. Here is the first. This is where you would have to have that window well there. Decent size. You don't quite have a walk-in closet, but you do have quite a bit of storage. And then you've actually got a Hollywood bath. I love that you've got the built-in tower kind of dresser right there. Then coming around the corner, we've got tile to the ceiling, tub, toilet there, and then we've got the other vanity and bedroom number 4.
One thing I like that they did with the windows, Nick, down here, is they are the sliders going
Yeah.
across. Very nice touch.
Now that's all for house number 2. Let us know in the comments down below. Which was your favorite? Was it house number 1, the 2-story, 4,200 plus square feet? Or was it the beautifully designed ranch reverse with the master on the main and the unthinkably low price? Let us know down in the comments below. Big thank you to both the builders Inspired as well as SAB Homes and the on-site agents Liz and Jamie. Their info will be down in the description along with a link to the community website. As always, any questions about buying or building a new home in the Kansas City suburbs? There are a ton of builders, communities, floor plans, and more to choose from. Make sure to give us a phone call, text message, email. We'd love to make it happen for you. With all of that said, 2 things on the screen. This is a playlist of all of our Southern Meadow videos. This is a playlist of all of our property tours around the Kansas City suburbs. So click here or here. We'll see you on the other side.